Welcome along to the land of fire. Jolyon Palmer, well, his car went up in flames in the land of fire. That car is going nowhere for the next hour. And away we go then for the start of Q2, and they're all piling out onto the track. Sergio Perez goes third fastest for Force India. Don't forget, he qualified second here last year. Just over 5.5 minutes to go. Hamilton crosses the line, extends his advantage now back to 0.4 of a second. This is Fernando Alonso on the inside of Daniel Ricciardo.
What do we do? They fire a lap.
Yep, okay, understood.
Does he feel he's been a bit blocked and hampered there?
Well, definitely. If he was on a hot lap, Ricciardo clearly wasn't.
And we're looking now at Kevin Magnussen to try and get himself out of that bottom 5. Can he do it? And Magnussen, 14th fastest. That pushes Fernando Alonso down into the bottom 5. Danny Kvyat goes 5th fastest, right at the death as well. And now back with Fernando Alonso.
Snatch of the front brakes and to get off the pedal. And that was Grosjean down at turn 2.
Another disappointing qualifying session, and has to lose a car in Q1 for the 6th time in 2017. And away we go then for the start of Q2.
These are the tyres they'll start the race on, that they do their fastest lap on, so they won't be locking those up too much, but they do need a time. Oh my goodness.
Oh, how close was that?
That does look a bit of a lottery every time you go through there, especially for young Phil Massa there.
Well, he was one of the drivers that wanted it changed.
Oh my goodness, it's
very nearly going into the wall.
Save of the day. Verstappen right up against the wall as well. That is nearly wheel rim and suspension damaging levels of contact. Massa into the 42s.
Top 5 for him in qualifying last year. Last time he came in the top 5 in a qualifying session. That was contact that time, Felipe.
Yes.
Hamilton might be about to go even quicker than a 1:41.9. He does, wow, with a 1:41.2. This is a lap from Kvyat that actually has 2 green sectors. It's a lot of dust being kicked up there as he goes 11th fastest, misses out on the top 10.
Well, I did my best, guys, but without the tow, there's not much I can do.
2 personal bests on this lap so far. Second place, still 3/4 of a second behind.
We are calculating if you have fuel for another time lap.
No, the tire is still damaged.
Okay, understood.
Nervy moment for Carlos Sainz there, but for the second consecutive race, there's no Toro Rosso into Q3. 12 minutes to go then, and we'll see who's on pole. There's the time then to aim for, the 1:41.2 from Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton then is creeping ever near towards the line and reaching 210, 215 maybe miles an hour. No, he's lost pace in that final sector.
Here's Hamilton's problem then in the final sector.
No mistake on that lap.
Me too. Yeah, a couple people saw that. We have time to take new tyres and a 2-time lap run.
The tyre's actually fine.
Okay, so just keep temps up. Just keep the temps up.
And a swipe of the...
Did you say lightly brushed at the time?
Yes. Oh, that's been against the wall, I suspect.
And that is Daniel Ricciardo. The session has been red flagged. The clock will stop because it's qualifying.
Slow through exit 6.
And Valtteri Bottas, who is in provisional pole, will have track position on his teammate Lewis Hamilton.
Max, if you're getting challenged by a car behind, pushing you along on the outlap, trying to get past you, then switch it into mode 8.
What they don't have is the ability to make a mistake and then regroup and go again.
Very good middle sector from Lewis Hamilton, though he's picked up 0.4 of a second on his teammate and could yet snatch pole position from the Finn. Bottas crosses the line now. It's a 1:41.0, but we look to see where Hamilton is. Can Hamilton go quicker? He can. It's pole position for Lewis Hamilton. He wins the Mercedes battle. Kimi Räikkönen now goes 3rd fastest. For Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel will be next to cross the line, comes up to the checkered flag now. And it's a 1:41.8. He's been out-qualified by Kimi. Only fourth fastest for Sebastian Vettel.
Nice work, Lewis. Pole position for you.
For Esteban Ocon, that's a career best start for him. Seventh fastest. Lance Stroll, career best start of 8th for him. It's lights out and away we go. Valtteri Bottas pointing towards Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton gets away well though and cuts Bottas off down the inside. Goes Sebastian Vettel, tries to get the car under control and loses out to Kimi Räikkönen, so stays in 4th in the Toro Rosso. Going wide there, and that is Carlos Sainz from 14th on the grid. Contact there. Kimi Räikkönen has had contact with one of the Red Bulls, I think it is.
I thought it was a Mercedes.
If it was a Mercedes, it is Valtteri Bottas, you're right. Valtteri Bottas having a poor start there as I was looking at Carlos Sainz, another one with a poor start. Down the inside goes Daniel Ricciardo on Lance Stroll, but he doesn't quite make the move stick. And it's Hamilton out in front here in Baku, but his teammate Valtteri Bottas in trouble, and they're all squirming around looking for grip. And this is the problem Valtteri Bottas has got with his front right tyre.
Back to the pits.
That's the incident between Bottas and Räikkönen. I'll tell you what happened with Bottas. He clipped the curb, didn't he?
He did.
And that
Jumped off the curb.
shunted him right.
Yeah.
This is what happened to Carlos Sainz. Now I think he tangled here with his teammate Danny Kvyat. There goes Kvyat running wide, and as he comes back onto the track, that's just enough to put Sainz off.
Yeah, Danny came back like a madman through the truck.
Into the pits now comes Daniel Ricciardo.
Brakes are now fine, everything is okay. We had some debris in the brake scoop and everything got very hot very quickly. So now debris is clear, you are free to race, let's go.
There goes Carlos Sainz on the Sauber. There goes Daniel Ricciardo on Carlos Sainz and the Saubers. Oh dear, there is Danny Kvyat, stopped by the side of the track.
Oh no, issue with the engine.
Oh no.
Yeah, here we go again.
Max, that is in for us. I'm sorry about that.
The safety car is coming out, and that might just now see a lot of activity in the pit lane as well. Right, so there goes Hamilton. Also coming in Sebastian Vettel.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it,
Yeah.
to stop now.
The safety car needs to speed up because this is too slow.
Lewis is backing up the pack a little bit. And, he went into it.
Wait, he brake tested me. What the going on? Vettel literally just came alongside me and turned in and hit me.
He might have lost a bit of front wing there, Sebastian Vettel. And he's saying to Hamilton, what did you do? You stamped on the brakes, and this could be very, very tricky indeed. For the championship leader, there's a bit come off his front wing as we get racing once again. Hamilton then leads them down the straight. Sergio Perez already pulling out to the right-hand side. He's after Vettel. Felipe Massa's after Vettel. And as we see Sebastian Vettel under pressure now, down the inside, goes Felipe Massa in the Williams. Can't quite get past him, but he still might hang on in there. The two Force Indias scrapping away. Perez has lost a place to Massa, and Vettel somehow manages to hang on to second place. Well done, Massa, as the two Force Indias collide there, and there's big damage to Perez's front wing.
Both damaged.
Damage. The car just pointed to the left passively. I think ideally will be red flag. It's true, there is debris everywhere.
Well, and they have red flagged this race. The drivers will now come into the pit lane whilst the marshals get a proper chance to clear up this track with all the bits of carbon fibre that are strewn around it. Right, weaving away down the straight, and now they can start going once again. Hamilton then ahead of Sebastian Vettel, ahead of Felipe Massa and his teammate Lance Stroll. And this time, Lance Stroll now makes a move on Felipe Massa. And Daniel Ricciardo's in that fight, and Nico Hülkenberg as well. And Massa's getting sorted up by the pack. And down the inside goes Daniel Ricciardo. What a move from the Australian. He's picked up a couple of places in one corner.
Right, brilliant, mate. Stay focused. Let's keep it smooth now. Stay ahead.
Felipe Massa's in trouble here. Here comes Nico Hülkenberg. Massa's been passed again, and he might get caught here by Kevin Magnussen as well. Magnussen fancies going down the inside. Can he do what Ricciardo did? Yes, he can.
The car is shaking completely, very difficult to drive.
Okay, so it's a broken rear damper. We're going to need to retire the car.
Oh, and there's a problem there for Nico Hülkenberg. Look at that front right tyre. He's out of this race, and he's made contact clonk the wall.
Oh
dear.
Oh, he'll hate it when he watches that one back on the video.
I hit the wall.
Okay, Lewis, looks like headrest is just a little bit loose at the back. Just see if you can pull it into position on the straight.
I tell you what, if that flies out, he'll be obliged to pit.
But have I had a technical flag yet?
So we've been instructed we have to pit this lap.
And Sebastian Vettel has got a 10-second stop-go penalty for dangerous driving.
When did I do dangerous driving then? We speak after now. Keep your head down and mode box.
It's all about the World Championship as well, isn't it, with those two?
Hamilton coming down the main straight, we can see there. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. He is just ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And now Lewis Hamilton switches to the inside. Thought about it for a moment. Now Sebastian Vettel goes down the inside, gets past Fernando Alonso. Has Hamilton got some decent acceleration and traction out of turn 2 to power down that straight and get past Alonso? He has. So Sebastian Vettel still ahead of Hamilton, but for how much longer? Well, they're going to have to survive that order for a few more corners to go. Right, here's Ocon and Bottas. Ocon was in the podium places. Not anymore. Valtteri Bottas, who tangled with Kimi Raikkonen on the second corner, is now back up into the podium places.
Personal best coming in the sectors, personal best at the end of the laps as well for Ricciardo and Stroll.
Guys, if Valtteri's not fighting anyone ahead, you need to have him slow down just enough that he gives bad wake.
Valtteri's trying to catch Stroll. We don't want to give Vettel the DRS.
Stroll's now got those three in his mirrors.
A crazy, chaotic, amazing race, full of incidents for Daniel Ricciardo. The checkered flag is there. He wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Behind him, Lance Stroll. Has he been overtaken by Valtteri Bottas? Just on the line, Bottas, who was a lap down and plumb last after the opening exchanges, has come back to take second place.
Oh man, he got me.
And I tell you what, second or third, they might not care, because the fact is Lance Stroll gets his first podium in Formula One. Sebastian Vettel will extend his championship lead to 14 points, but it wasn't the championship contenders who finished on the podium, but it's a podium full of smiles and passion after a great race.